What's going on, guys? This is another episode here at Nolan's Pod. Today we are talking about the divisional round. Four, six, eight. It's 8 teams in the remaining. Um, 2 teams each in the NFC and 2 set of other teams in the AFC. Let's get to the AFC first. Kansas City starts their playoff run coming off a bye week after they got the number 1 seed. They're playing the Houston Texans. The Texans, they got upset last week and they beat the Chargers, as we know. Not a memorable game for Justin Herbert as he threw 4 interceptions, but the Texans, they came out and played and they shocked us. And here they are. The reward is a trip to Arrowhead to face the Kansas City Chiefs. CJ Stroud's he's going to really have to be perfect to win this game. And they can't make mistakes. They have to make all the right plays. And they're going to have to play their best football game of the year. Now, I think that last week, the Houston Texans put together their best football game of the year, offensively and defensively. They're going to have to do it again against the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs winning this game. They have 3 guys. They have Patrick Mahomes. They have Travis Kelce. They have Andy Reid. And those 3 guys have been there. They've done that before time and time again. You count them out. You say they're not going to win. And they do it. Over and over again. They have the experience. And no, all the Chiefs wins were 1-score games this year. Okay, cool. You only lost 1 game. But their 1-score games, it wasn't pretty, but it was enough for them to go 13-1, 14-1. It was enough for them to go to 13-2, whatever their record was. That was enough. And a win is a win. I don't even think coming off the bye week that the Chiefs are going to be spectacular in this game. But they're going to do enough to win, I can tell you that. And don't let Patrick Mahomes get comfortable and get started. Because if he gets comfortable and he gets started, it's over with. Don't let him get Travis Kelce involved early and they moving that ball down the field. Don't let him get Xavier Worthy going early. Don't let him get Isaiah Pacheco running the ball. And don't let DeAndre Hopkins, start feeling himself and getting it going. Don't let them get into a groove. Don't let them get into a groove. And defensively, Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator of the Chiefs, are going to have those guys ready. He's going to have the defense ready to go. I can guarantee you that. The only thing that'll stop the Kansas City Chiefs is they have a bad offensive line. And if you can get to Patrick Mahomes and sack him, even though he can get out of the pocket, if he gets out of the pocket, try to contain him so he doesn't run. But if y'all can get to Patrick Mahomes, then the Texans might have a chance. If they can't get to Patrick Mahomes, if that defense can't make some sacks on Patrick Mahomes, that's a wrap. Because if he has the time, I'm telling you, if he has the time and he buys time and he's comfortable in that pocket back there and he's scrambling and he has all the time in the world, he's going to burn you. He's going to burn you. Every single time he is going to burn you and you're going to be in deep trouble. So, Kansas City, I expect them to win this game. I picked them to win this game. The Houston Texans are going to have a spectacular game. And I just don't know if they're going to be able to do that. Buffalo Bills, Baltimore Ravens. This is the game that we're all looking forward to. Possible MVPs. Lamar Jackson might get MVP. It'll be his 3rd time getting it if he does get it. Josh Allen might be a first-time MVP. This is the game right here, man. This is the best game of the weekend right here by far. Not to discredit any of the other games, man, but this game is what we want to see. So many times this season, they've had the debates and the discussions about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and their playoff success. And the discussions have been Lamar Jackson had not done great against Patrick Mahomes when he faced him last year in the playoffs. He didn't have a spectacular game. That's no secret. On the flip side of it, Josh Allen, he's went toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes, and they went into overtime. And if it wasn't for the rules, Josh Allen possibly takes down the Chiefs, and he possibly goes to the Super Bowl. Well, that didn't happen. Josh Allen went toe to toe, and the reason why I have a problem with this is because y'all say Josh Allen went toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes. Yes, Josh Allen did. Josh Allen almost won, but he did it. When Lamar Jackson went toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes last year, Lamar did not have a great game at all. He didn't. And that's no secret. And he lost against Patrick Mahomes too, as well as even though Josh Allen went up against Patrick Mahomes, he went toe to toe. Both offenses went toe to toe 2 years ago. Josh Allen still lost. And after that loss, that came them crying about the overtime rules. And then the NFL stepped in and they changed the overtime rules. All because of the Buffalo Bills crying. Josh Allen lost. He cried. Lamar Jackson lost against Patrick Mahomes too. And didn't play his greatest game. You ain't see Lamar Jackson crying. My whole point is, even though Josh Allen has went toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson played Patrick Mahomes last year in the NFC Championship game, and he didn't have a good game, they still can't. Both of them combined, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, still can't beat Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't care about Josh Allen going toe to toe. He went toe to toe. You still lost, as well as Lamar Jackson. It don't matter if Josh Allen had a great game or not, which he did when he went toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes. It does not matter if Lamar Jackson had a bad game when he went against Patrick Mahomes last year in the AFC Championship game. Lamar still lost. Josh Allen, you still lost. Both of those guys have nothing to show for. So to try to give, I hate this narrative that y'all give Josh Allen more credit because he went toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes. And then it's like Lamar, when you played Patrick Mahomes last year in the championship game, you had a bad game. They both, Josh and Lamar, were on the receiving end of a loss to Patrick Mahomes. Both of them. It does not matter. They both have nothing to show for. Y'all keep trying to act like Josh Allen has one up on Lamar Jackson just because he went toe to toe, had a great game against Patrick Mahomes. I hate hearing that. I hate it. It makes me mad because both of those guys have nothing to show for. Y'all know I don't particularly care about Josh Allen. He's a good quarterback, but I'm not fond of him like I am Lamar. But I'm not biased about it either. Both of them have nothing to show for. Lamar had a horrible game last year against Patrick Mahomes. Todd Monken took them out of their game plan. They should have been running the ball, and they tried to make Lamar Jackson the hero. He had a horrible game, and I was really disappointed in Lamar last year. But I'm not biased about it. He lost, and so did Josh Allen. So with this game, somebody's going to be playing in the AFC Championship game again. And not to discredit the Houston Texans, but one of these teams, the Buffalo Bills or the Baltimore Ravens, are going to be playing the Kansas City Chiefs in a championship game. No disrespect to the Houston Texans. I like the Texans. No disrespect to them. They just don't have a chance because they're injury riddled. So either Baltimore or Buffalo are going to be playing Kansas City in this championship game. You can bet that. It's either going to be Lamar playing the Kansas City, or it's going to be Buffalo playing Kansas City. We're going to find out. That's why this game is the game. I picked Baltimore to win this game. If you're the Bills, you can't let Derrick Henry get off running. And it might make it just that much more easier for the Buffalo Bills to try and contain Derrick Henry this week, especially if Zay Flowers does not play. If Zay Flowers does not play, that makes the game, I'm not going to say it makes it easier, but it makes it a little less complicated. It makes it a little less complicated that you can stop Derrick Henry because you're just focusing on the run game. Let Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews, and Isaiah Likely beat you with the pass game. Make Lamar, if you're the Buffalo Bills, force Lamar to beat you with the pass game. Focus on your run defense and stopping Derrick Henry. That's if Zay Flowers does not play. He didn't play last week in the playoff win because he hurt. He had a knee injury. So it's up in the air this week. And like I said, make Lamar beat you with his pass game. We know Lamar can do that, but I'd rather Lamar beat me with my pass game versus them running the ball. We know what we know. It's no secret that we all know what Baltimore needs to do. Continue to run the ball. You did it last week. You've done it all season. When you have lost this season, it has been because you didn't run the ball with Derrick Henry. Keep running the ball with Baby Beast Mode. Just keep running the ball with Baby Beast Mode and you'll be fine. For the Ravens side of it, you got to try and contain Josh Allen. Don't let Josh Allen outside of the pocket. It's like Patrick Mahomes. It's like Lamar Jackson. If you let him out, if you let those guys outside of the pocket, they're going to beat you with their arm or they're going to beat you with their legs. Don't let Josh Allen beat you with his legs and outside the pocket. That's easier said than done. We know what Baltimore's defense is, but you're not going to stop Josh Allen, but if you can contain him and make it hard on him, try to force him to do something that he has not did really all year long that he cut down on. Josh Allen cut down on his interceptions. Try to make him throw it, and maybe he might throw you some picks or something. You know what I'm saying? But that's easier said than done. Very easier said than done. This is going to be a close game. I am picking Baltimore to win this game. Not going to be surprised at all if Buffalo comes out victorious, because these are both even matched teams and they are both good teams, and this is a trip to the AFC Championship game. But if Lamar Jackson wins this game, I don't even want to hear anymore that Josh Allen has one up on Lamar just because he went toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes. Mind you, if the Baltimore wins this game, they're going to be going up against Kansas City. Lamar is going to have a chance to try and redeem himself if he wins this game and if Kansas City beats the Texans. Transitioning into the NFC, the Eagles are playing the Los Angeles Rams. I've seen people this week say that the Rams are playing really well, which they are. I've seen people this week say the Rams could go into Philadelphia and upset the Eagles. And in the beginning of the week, I was like, oh, heck no, that is not going to happen. Now, today is the middle of the week, and today's Thursday. And the more I hear it, I'm like, yeah, it's a possibility for the Rams to upset the Eagles. The reason why is because Jalen Hurts did not look spectacular last week, coming off missing 2 weeks off his concussion. He didn't look spectacular last week in the passing game. The run game was what it's been all season with Saquon Barkley. It was fantastic. It was great. If I'm the Rams, I make Jalen Hurts beat me with his arm. Can Jalen Hurts beat you with his arm? Yes, he can. But it's been times where Jalen Hurts has struggled throwing the ball, and that's no secret. The other thing that if I'm the Rams, I'll try to stop them from still getting the ball to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown was so pissed off last week that he was reading the book because he only had one reception for 10 yards, and he's not getting the ball. Mind you that they are running the ball with Saquon Barkley, and we know how much of a diva A.J. Brown can be, especially when he's not getting the ball. But when you're feeding him, when you're feeding A.J. Brown, he has nothing to cry about. But it's no secret that he was pissed off. When you are reading the book on the sideline, that means as a wide receiver, that means you pissed off because you're not getting the ball. So if I'm the Rams, I try to take A.J. Brown out of the game. Let Jalen Hurts beat you with his arm. Let them beat you in the passing game. Mind you, they are more than capable of beating you in the passing game because they got A.J. Brown. They got Devontae Smith. And they have the tight end. I can't think of his name. I cannot think of his name right now. They have weapons. They have weapons. And then Saquon can get in on the passing game and get some yards. You know what I'm saying? So they have weapons. But I'm not going to let Saquon Barkley beat me. I'm not letting Saquon beat me. I'm going to make Jalen Hurts beat me in the passing game. If anything, the Rams are coming off hot. If I'm the Eagles, I'm not letting Matthew Stafford get comfortable. Matthew Stafford is a Super Bowl champion. That's what the Minnesota Vikings let him do last week. They let him get comfortable. He only had to throw the ball 27 times, and they had a run game with Kyren Williams. But if you just let Matthew Stafford get comfortable, you are in deep trouble. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles defense, led under Vic Fangio, defensive coordinator, has been great this year. They are the best defense in the league, are the Philadelphia Eagles. So I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on Matthew Stafford. But in case they don't let Matt Stafford get comfortable. Because when he gets comfortable and he's laid back and he's chill, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. And the underrated thing about the Los Angeles Rams, they play defense. They have a good defensive squad. No, Aaron Donald is not coming back through that door again. But they still have a great defensive squad. So if the Eagles do struggle offensively, especially in the first quarter, which the Eagles are known this year to get out to slow starts, especially in the first quarter. That was them all year long. They get out to slow starts in the first quarter. And sometimes they don't score, or they just only have 3 points. So if you can contain the Eagles in the first quarter, you give yourselves a great chance. You really do. But I am picking the Eagles to win this game. They should win this game. It is some concern. Even though they won last week, it is some concern about Jalen Hurts. It's some concern about getting them involved, getting A.J. Brown involved. And then they don't have Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean's out for the rest of the playoffs and the rest of the season with, I think, a knee injury, And that's sneaky big news because Nakobe Dean is a huge part of what the Philadelphia Eagles do defensively. But I have the Eagles. Last matchup in the NFC over this course of this weekend. The Detroit Lions come out their bye week for their number 1 seed. They're playing a red-hot Washington Commanders team. The scary thing for Detroit is this Washington Commanders team just beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week. The Washington Commanders don't know any better. They've never been here. They've never been here before. They don't know any better. It's no pressure on Washington. So they just going out and they just playing. They don't know that they're not supposed to be here. They just playing. Jaden Daniels does not know that he's not supposed to be here. He's just playing. He's just living in the moment. The Detroit Lions are supposed to be here. They're well aware of that. The pressure is on Detroit. The pressure is on Detroit. And they are supposed to be here. And they are well aware of that. They have the number 1 seed. And they have home field advantage. The Super Bowl runs through Detroit. Just like it runs through Arrowhead in Kansas City. One thing that I'm afraid of for Detroit, even though I want them to win, is they have the pressure on them. And Washington's coming in. They don't have no pressure on them. Washington is not supposed to be here. Detroit is. So when you playing with no pressure in your mind and in your head, you playing free. You playing free. We ain't supposed to we probably really ain't supposed to be here. But we here. And we here to win. And as long as Washington's here, we here to win. The keys to this game. If you're Detroit, come fourth quarter. Don't let it be a close game in the fourth quarter. Come the fourth quarter, don't let it be a close game, Detroit. Because I'm telling you, that kid, Jaden Daniels, is something special. Don't he have like 5 or 6 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter this year alone for a rookie quarterback? Don't he have like 5 or 6 game-winning drives? This kid is unconscious when it comes to fourth quarter pressure. And it comes to a close game. This kid has no conscience when it comes to the fourth quarter, bro. He really don't. He will beat you, Detroit, if this game is close in the fourth quarter. So Just go ahead and blow them out in the first 3 quarters. Don't let it be a close game in the fourth quarter. Keys for Washington. Take advantage of Detroit's injured, riddled defense. Detroit is injured on defense. Take advantage of that. But if you ask the Minnesota Vikings, you like, Washington, y'all might want to be careful because they had an injury-riddled defense when they played Minnesota, and you look what they did to Minnesota. They only allowed Minnesota like 9 points in that game. So, but still, Washington, take advantage of that. And don't let Detroit's offense get going, Washington. Don't let Jared Goff get going and feeding it to Jameson Williams and feeding it to Amon-Ra St. Brown and feeding it to those guys, Jamar Gibbs. And mind you, we thought that David Montgomery was out for the season. He's coming back this week, this game. So you got the run game and you got the passing game. Ooh-wee. And Aaron Glenn, defensive coordinator for Detroit, has done interviews. This is another game where he gets to prove himself. Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator for Detroit, has been doing interviews. This is another game where he gets to prove himself. According to Adam Schefter, ESPN NFL Insider, Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, both coordinators for the Detroit Lions, are going to get a job in this head coaching cycle. It's just a matter of they have unfinished business with the Detroit Lions football team. They have unfinished business. Can they get it done? Can they beat Washington? Can they get to the championship game? Can they get to the Super Bowl and win it? That's the keys for this game. That's the keys for all the games. I'm going with Detroit in this game. Let me know who you think is going to win this weekend between all the teams. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, and we're out of here.